Well, in case you missed it this morning, USDA announced another flash sale of U.S. ag commodities, and this time around it was a sale of corn. The buyer was Mexico. The amount was 101,745 tons, and that will get the market started for today. This announcement came out, roughly about 8 Central Time this morning, and right before the daytime session got underway. Did it help the corn or not? Well, let's take a look. On the corn board with our quotes from bar chart, we started actually about a penny lower. Now we're 1 3/4 higher. Maybe it did help a little bit. 479 1/4 is our last trade, so now we're on the high of the day. The March contract is up 2 cents right now. Moving on to soybeans, you have January down 3 at 13.79 1/2. Now we've had quite a run on the soybean trade for the last couple of weeks for sure. And now it's kind of taking a breather here this morning. Meanwhile, on the wheat trade in Chicago, you have December now gaining 5.5 cents. We're at 5.84 1/2 here this morning. In the Kansas City trade, we have December now 7.5 higher. We're at 6.49. Well, that's only 2 ticks from our high of the day at this point. Minneapolis spring wheat is now up a dime on December at 7.38 3/4, so fairly strong performance there. And heck, it's on the high of the day. December cotton now up 191 points. We're at 79.39 per pound and only about 6 points off of our high of the day. So surging ahead in the cotton market. The West Texas Intermediate crude oil trade, December is up $1.26 at 79.52 per barrel. That's only 2 cents from its high. Big news story this morning is the dollar index. Holy mackerel, we have December down 1,118 points this morning. And it's just crashing all the way down to 104.385. In the long run, the bigger scheme of things, that could make U.S. goods a lot more affordable to our overseas buyers. So keep an eye on that one. The Consumer Price Index showed lower inflation rates than expected this morning. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, it's celebrating that news, and December is now 478 points higher at 34,864. So big things going on in the outside markets here this morning. Speaking of big things going on, I want to bring in Ben Hushon. He's with the Mill. He's in Whitehall, Maryland, and he joins us from the Mid-Atlantic region for an update on what's going on there. So, Ben, if you would, can you give us an update? Are you done with the harvest in that area or not?
Good morning, Marlin. Well, we continue to have really, really good harvest weather. And for the viewers, I sent in a few pictures of the corn harvest winding down. I'll be honest with you, it's harder to find combines still in the field. Full season soybeans are at least 95% done, probably more like 97 or 98. Corn is 90% plus done. And there's definitely still some soybeans around, but most of those are double crop soybeans. And there's a chance that with the kind of weather we're seeing continue over at least the next 7 days, that we may end up cleaning up those double crop soybeans. And it's really created something, and for the viewers, they're seeing, what the heck is that? Marketing decisions. We have a grower that I was chatting with yesterday who mentioned he's bought some ag bags. He's done it before and is storing corn right in the field. Big, long white tubes that this area pretty much knows them for storing corn silage or haylage. But in this case, he literally stored them right in the field where they harvested. They're 250 foot long, and they hold 10,000 bushels. And he'll leave them out there till he's ready to bring them on in and run them through his process dryers, etc., in January or February. Again, kind of trusting that market is going to go up over the next 60 days or so.
Now, I would imagine conditions have to be just so to make those long storage bags work. I wish I could freeze frame it on those white bags there when they come up here in the rotation, but you wouldn't want to put wet corn in there, would you?
You know what's crazy? I don't quite understand the science behind it, but I'm gonna learn this week. He said you can go up to 20% corn. And again,
Really?
I go back to my dairy farm background. You put something like that in there at a higher moisture, and of course it goes through fermentation, etc. But he says no, zero issue up to 20%. Take it out January, February, run it through the dryer, and do whatever you want with it after that. And it really stores well that way.
That is fascinating. So it must be pretty airtight then, if that's the case. Wow, thanks for sharing that. A new angle there, Ben, and hopefully it works out for everybody. Keep us posted on what the results are later on when they get that out of there. Ben Hushon, he's with the mill. He's in Whitehall, Maryland, with an interesting update on what's going on there. Glad to hear everybody is pretty much done with harvest there in the Mid-Atlantic region. We'll pause here and we'll come back. I'll get you updated on the latest in our livestock trade on the Tuesday after this.